I feel like I need to give a refresher of how impressive this 2011 Mavericks championship was. In the first round, the Mavs played the Trailblazers, and this team was no group of slouches. First off, Brandon Roy was a bucket. There were times this dude just took over. But they also had LaMarcus Aldridge, Andre Miller, Marcus Camby, Nick Batum, Wes Matthews, Gerald Wallace. This was a solid team. But in 6 games, the Mavs will take the series in the first round. And waiting for them in the second round were the defending world champs, the Los Angeles Kobe Bean Bryant Lakers. Kobe was Kobe, but the Mavericks are the Mavericks. And we won game 1, and then we took game 2. A comeback victory at home leads us to take game 3. And then on what they called the Mother's Day Massacre, Jason Terry hit 9 threes in a game. Peja Stojakovic hit 7. And we smashed the Lakers in game 4. JJ Barea got elbowed in the ribs. Thus began my hatred as well for Andrew Bynum. But it don't matter. We swept Phil and Kobe. Guess who they had waiting for them in the Western Conference Finals? The Young Bulls in OKC. Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, James Harden, Serge Ibaka, come on. And they still could not hold Dirk's nuts. Also, can we be happy that this era of NBA style is gone? Every single game in this series was close, but the Mavs will take it 4-1. By the way, the highlights from this series are incredible. Go back and watch them. And then, guess who is waiting for them in the finals? In my opinion, the greatest version of the greatest player of all time, Miami LeBron. Not to mention Dwayne Wade and also Chris Bosh. Look at what they were trying to do to stop this tall baller from the G. Are you serious? He is unstoppable. Absolutely unstoppable. Regardless of how sexy Dirk's jumper is, the Heat still found a way to take game 1. The big three of LeBron, Dwayne Wade, and Chris Bosh had 24, 22, and 19 points respectively. This was when, as a fan, I was just like, how the hell are we gonna do this, bro? In game 2, the Mavericks will go down big late game. That's 15 points with 7:14 to go. But the Mavericks are gonna Maverick, and Dirk is gonna Dirk. We had Spoelstra hot. He was sweating 50 cal bullies during this game. And then the famous unathletic transition layup to tie it all up. Dirk Nowitzki. Look at these people. Look at them. Fake basketball fans. We're here to see LeBron. Guess what? I'm here to see Dirk. By the way, this shot capped off a 20-2 run for the Mavericks to give them the lead. I haven't done a ton of research on this, but this has to be one of the greatest comebacks in sports history. By the way, of all people, Mario Chalmers ties it up in the corner. And then when the moment was biggest, it's time for Chris Bosh to figure out what Nowitzki's Dirk tastes like. The spin move, the little hesitation, going left, blow by, the tall baller from the G, German Moses, splitting the defense like the Red Sea, puts it in. And the Mavericks will take game 2. Despite 34 from Dirk as the Mavericks go back to the AAC, the Heat will take game 3 behind 29 from Dwayne Wade. But look at Dirk, man. Look at young athletic Dirk. I mean, young. He was like 34. Game 4 back in the AAC, Dirk is playing with 101-degree fever. Dirk struggled early on, and the Mavs picked up the slack. Jason Terry gave us 17 off the bench. Tyson Chandler gave us 13 and 16. Shawn Marion even added 16. Dirk's court temperature was about as hot as a Texas sidewalk, but it don't matter. When clutch time came around, he still had the ball in his hands. Mavs take game 4. Dirk lost the flu and got his legs back, and in game 5, went for 29. Not to mention, Jason Terry was unstoppable this series. He had 21 in this game too. I mean, just look at this box score. 17, 13, 13, 8, 29, 21. This was a team, obviously led by Dirk, but they played together, man. And now Dirk and Dallas are 1 win away from the NBA Finals. Dirk had been carrying the Mavs all playoffs. And in this game, the Jet decided, nah, I got it. He started the game with 14 points in 14 minutes off the bench. I mean, don't get me wrong, Dirk still did his thing. He had 21 and 11. But when you got a guy with gravity as much as Dirk in the low post, to have the Jet out there with 27 in the game, that helps. And this is when the Heat realized it was all over, and the championship dreams for Dirk Nowitzki and the Mavericks came true. So please, tell me this isn't the most impressive championship of all time. The road they had to go through, the teammates that Dirk had, he didn't have another all-star. It was just him. And also, Jason Terry got a tattoo of the NBA Finals trophy and the year 2011 on his bicep before the season started. Legendary.